Hello students. Today we will be going to start with our subject EI, Electronics Measurements and Instrumentation. Okay, this is one of the subject which it is there in your curriculum. Okay, in this subject we will be going to deal with different instrumentations which are been we will be going to deal different types of instrumentations which have been designed using our electronic components, and it is mainly used for measurements of different types of physical quantities or different types of quantities which can be measured. It can be, like, for example, it can be a temperature measurement, it can be a voltage measurement, or it can be an heartbeat measurements. So for that one, what type of instruments are there, how we are going to measure, so different types of instrumentation and different basic blocks which is used to design any instrument, electronic instrument, that we will be going to cover in our all the units which are been there in the syllabus. In first unit and second unit as well as so on, we will be going to study each and every block which has been used in our electronic instrumentations for measuring different units. Okay, coming to our course objective. Our course objective here is nothing but the first unit is main intention over here is nothing but to understand the different standard of measurements. What are the different types of standard measurements are there? Like, for example, when we go with our when we go for purchasing of any vegetables, we always purchase in terms of grams, kilograms, or anything. Okay, so that is nothing but a standard measurement. Kilograms, there will be a weightage called kg, kilogram weight, which has been standardized by some quantity, and it has been defined by some standard rules. So what are the different measurements, standard measurements are there, that we are going to study in our first unit. Coming to our second unit, we will be going to study different types of transducers. So you may be coming across this transducers first time in your syllabus. So what actually I mean by transducer? A transducer is nothing but converting one form of the energy into another form of the energy. Okay, so one type of converter, that is nothing but it is acting as a conversion unit which is used to convert one type of signal into the another type of signal. Okay, so that is nothing but just transducer. So what are the different types of transducers are there? Okay, how we are going to what is the internal block diagram for that one? Okay, where you are going to use? Okay, that we will be going to study in our second unit. Coming to our third in course objective, here is nothing much. List the various types of measurements and thermometers. We will be going to see the what are the different types of measurements are there, and what are the different types of thermometers are there. You will be having an analog thermometer, digital thermometer, and that how you are going to find out those temperatures or everything. Coming to the fourth course objective, learn the design of the digital voltmeters. In this one, you will be going to study that how DVM is something what a digital and a digital voltmeter, and we will also come across the analog voltmeters also. How it has been designed, internal block diagram, and how we are going to use it. Okay, and so on. What are the different meters are there, that in depth we will be going to study in our fourth unit. That is nothing but your fourth course objective which you will be coming with our fourth unit. Coming to our fifth course objective, our fifth course objective is nothing but study the various types of biomedical instruments. As you people have a good knowledge about biomedical instruments, like for example, you may have came across your ECG, X-ray machines. Okay, you will be having a BP monitor machine. Okay, sugar monitor machines. So there are different types of machines, instruments are there which is used to measure some different things. So what are the different biomedical instruments are there? Okay, how, where it is being used, what is the internal block diagram of those instruments, we will be going to come across with our fifth unit. So this is nothing but all the overview of your course object. Next comes to our course outcomes. At the end of your first unit, you should have a clear idea about the what are the different characteristics of an instrument and what are the different standard of measurements. Those things you should have a good idea once you finish your first unit. Coming to your second course outcome, identify and explain different types of transducers. So in this, after finishing of your second unit, you should have an idea about what is transducers, what are the different types of transducers are there, what is the internal block diagram of those transducer, that you should have a clear cut idea. That should be an output of your second unit. The third outcome of your third unit is nothing but draw and interpret the types of transducers. This is internally linked with your second unit only. So you are going to draw and interpret the different types of transducers. Okay, fourth course outcome is nothing but design and analysis the digital voltmeters and prioritize the instruments. So you are going to design and analyze the digital voltmeters. You are going to self-design your digital voltmeters. You will be going to analyze it, whether it has been working properly or not, and you are going to prioritize the instrument. Okay. In the fifth one, identify and classify different types of biomedical instruments. What are the different types of biomedical instruments are there? Okay, how we are going to identify it and how we are going to classify those things. Those are nothing but your course outcomes. If you are been little bit if you are in a position to answer out of this five any of the three outcomes, it will be easy for you to get a good score in this subject. Okay, next comes to our let us discuss what are the syllabuses are there in this particular subject. We'll be going to come across unit wise once we'll be getting into before getting into the syllabus our actual topic. We'll just have a look in the syllabus. Unit 1, as I've already told you, your syllabus in the unit 1 is nothing but your measurement fundamentals. So this is a basic unit, okay, which you are going to have them different measurement fundamentals, like what are the different measurement fundamentals, like what are the errors, different types of errors, what do you mean by measurement, what do you mean by instrument, what do you mean by instrumentation. Okay, so what are the different types of errors and their types. Okay, so you will be having a static errors, dynamic errors, so on. You are going to have in that we are going to again different error in static errors. Also you will be going to find different types of errors. What do you mean by dynamic errors? In dynamic errors also you will be going to have different types of errors. Those we will be going to see once we start with our first unit. And this is something about your accuracy, precision, resolution and sensitivity. This will be coming with your performance characteristics of your measurements, instrumentation. Okay, when you go with an electronic instrumentation, what are the performance characteristics you are going to see? Those characteristics will be going to study. After that, the next topic will be your standard measurements. What are the different standard measurements are there? And what is the classification of standards? Different classification of standards, and out of those we will be going to follow IEEE standards. Okay, that will be covering your first unit. Coming to our second unit. Our second unit, as I've already told you, it will be going to discuss about the transducers. A transducer is nothing but it is used to convert one form of energy into the another form of energy. Okay, in this we'll be going to see the classifications of the transducers, factors for selection of a transducers. What are the various factors for which we will be going to consider this type of transducer or that type of transducers? Blindly I cannot take any transducers. I cannot use it in my application. So based upon my requirement, based upon the given particular factor, which transducer is fit for me, that we will be going to select. The next is nothing but your transducer for measurement of velocity, acceleration, passive electrical transducers like strain gauges and strain measurements. And the very important topic from the second unit is nothing but LVDT. Okay, this is nothing but your linear variable displacement transducer. Okay, this is very important for your final exam. So maximum, I'm sure this question will be asked in your final. Okay, that particular transistor LVDT will be going to study. Next we'll be going to study displacement measurements, capacitive transducers, and the thickness measurement. And the next one is what? Active electrical transducers, piezoelectric, photoconductive, photovoltaic, and photoemissive transducers. So these are nothing but your different types of transistors, where we will be going to see for this particular transducer what is the input signal which we are going to give, and what is the output signal which we are going to get. Okay, so that we are going to cover in our second unit. Coming to our unit third. In the unit third, we will be going to see the electronic sensors. Okay, a transistor is nothing but which is used to convert one form of energy into another form of energy, right? So this is also a sensor will also act as a transistor type only. Okay, what does your sensor will do? It sense the outer temperature. Okay, it can be a temperature or it can be any different parameters. So like for example, it can sense the sound, pressure, power, loudness, temperature. Okay, voice. Those are the all the things which we'll be going to see. Sensors are nothing but what are the different electronic sensors which is used to measure different types of parameters. So in this we'll be going to study the characteristics of sound, pressure, power, and loudness of measurement, microphones and their types. Okay, we'll be see various different types of how the microphone internal structure, what are the different types of microphones are there, temperature measurement, how we are going to measure the temperature, what is resistance wire thermometers. This is nothing but the different types of thermometers we'll be going to study, and semiconductor thermometers. What do you mean by thermocouples? So these are the basic topics which we will be going to study from unit 3. Coming to your unit 4. Unit 4 is nothing but we will be going to come across the measuring instruments. Now we will be starting the actual measuring instruments. So in this measuring instruments we will be coming across the DVMs. DVMs is nothing but your digital voltmeters. So how we are going to design this DVM, digital voltmeters, what is the block diagram, specifications and design we will be going to see. Next the instrument will be your spectrum analyzer. Okay, this is very important for us. Okay, the next will be your how we are going to have the interface protocols. Okay, that interface protocols are nothing but your standard protocols we will be going to follow. Those is nothing but your IEEE 488 and GPIB. Okay, the next one is nothing but your oscilloscopes. We will be going to see different types of oscilloscopes. Like for example, delayed time based oscilloscope, and we will be going to come across the digital storage oscilloscope. These are related with your measuring instruments. Next comes with your next type of instruments, which is something what your virtual instrumentations. In this virtual instrumentation, this is linked with your data acquisition. What do you mean by data acquisition is nothing but we'll take when you go with the weather conditions, what you will be doing and directly I can't say that this is my weather, this is my temperature of the weather. Okay, at this moment the rain will going to occur. So that will be considered based upon 2 or 3 parameters. So we will be considering the practically 2 to 3 parameters. Then we will be doing some manipulation on the data. Then we will be going to get the result that at so and so time and at so and so area you will be going to have a rainfall. Those is nothing but your data acquisition system block diagram. That is nothing but your virtual instrumentation. So unit 4 we will be going to come with your virtual instrumentation and measuring instrumentations. In this unit, very important is nothing but your DVM block diagrams and this interface and protocol one. Next one is nothing but your digital storage oscilloscope. Okay, and the next one is another data acquisition system. Damn sure out of this one compulsory two questions will be going to get in your final exam. Coming to your next unit, which is nothing but your unit 5. Unit 5. In this unit 5, our complete concentration will be on your biomedical instrumentation. What do you mean by biomedical instrumentation is nothing but, as I have already told you that biomedical is nothing but in the medical part. In medical part, in the medical medicines, that is nothing but your in hospitals, we will be going to use some of the instrumentations which are built to measure the human body tendencies. Okay, so those instrumentations are known as the biomedical instrumentations. As you people have already came across these words in your day-to-day life also. Those are nothing but your ECG, EEG, EMG, X-ray machines, CT scanners, magnetic resonance, okay, imaging system, ultrasonic imaging systems. So these are various different types of biomedical instrumentations which are available in our day-to-day life. Okay, what are the suggested books which you are going to follow? There are different various books which has been listed over here according to our university curriculum. Okay, the first one is nothing but your Albert Helfrich William Cooper. This is nothing but your modern electronic instrumentation and measurement techniques. This Cooper book you can follow. And apart from this one, the second one, Kelsey. Kelsey is also an electronic instrumentation book which you can follow for this particular subject. Okay, so the rest, if at all if you want some more things, you can get it from the next third and fourth references. Okay, and the fifth references is mainly used for your biomedical instrumentations. Okay, few of the biomedical instrumentations which you can get in-depth explanation in the fifth one, which is nothing but your Kanpur RS Handbook of My Biomedical Instrumentation. Okay, this is nothing but a simple description of your subject. Okay, in our next class we will be going to start with our next first unit and basics of those first unit electronic measuring fundamentals, that we will be going to start in our next class. Thank you.